about the political history of the Mughals in brief. मतलब एकदम ब्रीफ करके आपको पॉलिटिकल हिस्ट्री ऑफ द मुगल्स आप लोग को कल बता दिया, ठीक है कि नहीं? Yesterday I told you in brief the political history of the Mughals. But you see, today we just enter into the chapter, and our chapter is peasants, zamindars and the state. Peasants, zamindars and the state. You see, peasants, zamindars and the state. Yesterday I told you who founded the Mughal Empire, who actually founded the Mughal Empire and when. Babur founded the Mughal Empire in 1526 AD, defeating Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. In the first battle of Panipat, Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by Babur, and Babur led the establishment of the Mughal Empire. What we find from 1526, हाँ जी बोलिए, हेलो, from 1526 the Mughals continued to rule our country, but they were very powerful till 1707 when Aurangzeb died. But after the death of Aurangzeb, the Mughal Empire started to decline. In 1707, the last powerful Mughal Empire passed away. However, the Mughal rule continued, and Bahadur Shah Jafar was the last Mughal ruler in India. Bahadur Shah Jafar was the last Mughal ruler. What do we find? We find it was Bahadur Shah Jafar who was the leader of the revolt of 1857 or the first war of independence. But we find he was arrested and he was sent to, उनको कहाँ भेज दिया गया था? He was sent to Rangoon. He was sent to Rangoon, where he died in 1861. इतना तक आपको हमने बता चुके हैं. ये देखिए, ये जो है, now what do you find? We find what? What do you find? सोनाली एक माँ के विजय पांडा का फोन करते बोलना फोन कुछ. Now we find what? Please listen now. I enter into the main part. The basic unit. So 16th and 17th centuries. These were the 2 centuries when the Mughals were our rulers. अभी आप लोग, मैं शुरू कर रहा हूँ, आप लोग लिखिए. 16th and 17th centuries were the centuries of the Mughals in India. Please write down, I tell you, during this period, the basic unit of our society was the village. ये पहला पॉइंट. Village was the basic unit of our agricultural society. Please write down. What was the basic unit of the agricultural society during the Mughal period? Village. Yes, ये एक नंबर का क्वेश्चन है जी. Village was the basic unit. Who were the people? We find the peasants. The peasants who lived in the villages, they performed different kinds of activities. Please write down. मैं आपको 2 पॉइंट आज बताऊंगा, दोनों बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा. What you find? The villages were inhabited by the peasants. The peasants were the inhabitants of the villages, and they performed different kinds of agricultural activities like plowing of land, sowing of seeds, harvesting crop, making sugar, extracting oil, etc. ये लोग क्या क्या करते थे? खेत जोतते थे, बीज बोते थे, अनाज का कटाई करते थे, चीनी बनाते थे, गुड़ बनाते थे, तेल सरसों से, सनफ्लावर से तेल निकालते थे. आप लोग कभी यूपी के जो घर, जिनके घर हैं, या बिहार में जो हैं, ईख से गुड़ बनाने देखे हैं कभी कहीं पर? बड़ा बड़ा कढ़ाई होता है और ईख का रस उसमें डाल दिया जाता है और उसके बाद उसको बॉयल करके गुड़ निकाला जाता. हाँ जी, ये हम लोग का गांव के तरफ उधर होता था, तो हम लोग जाते थे, तो हम लोग का गुड़ का ऊपर में जो सादा सादा सफ़ेद वाला जो रस होता है ना, वो पीने के लिए देता था. सो गुड़ बनाते थे. बट वी फाइंड, सो द पीपल एक्चुअली लिविंग इन द विलेजेस परफॉर्म वेरियस काइंड्स ऑफ एक्टिविटीज. आकांक्षा लिख लेना बाबू, विदुषी, अदिति, अक्षर लिख लेना बाबू. What was the basic unit of the agricultural society? Village. What were the different functions of the villagers? Plowing of land, sowing seeds, harvesting crop, then making sugar, making oil, and other activities. These were the activities. Now question comes. We find what are the sources to know of the मुगल agrarian society. ये जो मुगल का agrarian society था, मुगल एग्रीकल्चरल सोसाइटी के बारे में हमें पता कैसे चलेगा? What are the sources? Please write down the heading. Sources to know agrarian society during Mughal period. Sources of the मुगल agrarian society, कुछ भी लिख लीजिए. Sources of the मुगल agrarian society, हेडिंग करके अंडरलाइन कर दीजिए. We find there are 3 types of sources. There are 3 types of sources which enable us to know the agrarian society of the Mughals. There are 3 kinds of sources which help us to know about the agrarian society of the Mughals. What are these sources? What are these sources? What do you find? These sources are chronicles. Please write down. A. Chronicles. मैं आपको बताऊंगा. Chronicles spelling CHRONICLES. Chronicles CHRONICLES. Chronicles. B. Chronicles लिखे जी. हेलो. The sources are, लिखो बाबू, Chronicles. A. B. Documents from the Mughal court or documents of the Mughal court. Documents of the Mughal court. B. And C. Records of British East India Company. Records of British East India Company. So Chronicles, records of the Mughal, documents of the Mughal court, documents of the Mughal court, and records of the British East India Company are the main sources to know the agrarian society of the Mughals. Agrarian society of the Mughals. What do you find? What do you find? What do we mean by chronicles? What do we mean by chronicles? Please write down. Chronicles are historical account of events. Please write down. Chronicles are historical account of events arranged in order of time without much analysis. Chronicles are historical. Chronicles are historical account of events. Please लिख लीजिए. What do you mean by chronicle? Chronicles are historical account of events arranged in order of times without much analysis. फिर से बोलूं. Chronicles are historical account of events arranged in order of time without much analysis. These are actually chronicles. So chronicles are historical accounts arranged chronologically, means orderly, without much analysis. What do you find? The most important chronicles are Ain-e-Akbari, Ain-e-Akbari, AIN, Ain-E-I-A-K-B-A-R-I, Ain-e-Akbari, Ain-I-A-K-B-A-R-I, Ain-e-Akbari. Ain-e-Akbari is the most important chronicle describing the Mughal agrarian society as well as administration. So, Ain-e-Akbari spelling लिखे जी. Hello. AIN-I-A-K-B-A-R-I, Ain-e-Akbari, the most important chronicle produced during Mughal period. It tells everything in details about the Mughals, the agrarian society, the administration, the revenue, everything. Every information of the Mughals we get from the Ain-e-Akbari. Ain-e-Akbari was written by Abul Fazl. Ain-e-Akbari was written by Abul Fazl. Abul, A-B-U-L. देखिए जी, Abul, A-B-U-L. Abul Fazl, F-A-Z-L. Abul Fazl. Abul Fazl was the court poet of Akbar. Abul Fazl was the court poet of Akbar. अकबर के ये सभा कवि थे. अकबर के बहुत बड़े दोस्त थे ये. So Abul Fazl wrote Ain-e-Akbari, the most important chronicle produced during the Mughal period. I will tell you Abul Fazl and chronicle in details in next chapter because this we have to discuss. Then we find second chronicle, Humayun-Nama. Please write down. Humayun-Nama, H-U-M-A-Y-U-N, Humayun, H-U-M-A-Y-U-N, Humayun-Nama, N-A-M-A. Humayun-Nama was written by Gulbadan Begum. Please write down the name Gulbadan Begum, G-U-L-B-A-D-A-N, Gulbadan Begum, B-E-G-U-M. बता रहे हैं H-U-M-A-Y-U-N, Humayun-Nama, N-A-M-A, Humayun-Nama. Gulbadan, G-U-L-B-A-D-A-N, Gulbadan Begum, B-E-G-U-M, Gulbadan Begum. Actually, Gulbadan Begum was aunt of Akbar, sister of Humayun. गुलबदन बेगम एक्चुअली अकबर के बुआ थे. गुलबदन बेगम अकबर के बुआ थी. ऑन रिक्वेस्ट ऑफ अकबर, गुलबदन बेगम रोट हुमायूनामा. ऑन रिक्वेस्ट ऑफ अकबर, गुलबदन बेगम रोट हुमायूनामा. अकबर के रिक्वेस्ट पर गुलबदन बेगम में हुमायूनामा लिखे. हुमायूनामा डिस्क्राइब्स about the conflicts. Humayun-Nama describes about the conflicts in the royal palace between the prince, the kings and others. Humayun-Nama describes about the conflicts in the royal Mughal palace, in the Mughal royal palace between the rulers, the prince, the princess and others. And the role of women to solve such type of conflicts. The role of women to solve such type of conflicts. Because you see, conflicts were there. Always conflicts were there inside, and these conflicts were settled down by the women in the royal palace. अच्छा, यहाँ पर मुगल वुमेन के बारे में एक चीज पता चलता है. ये क्या पता चलता है बताइए? ये क्या पता चलता है? मुगल वुमेन के बारे में एक चीज पता चलता है. ये क्या पता चलता है? बोलो अदिति. They were holding positions, but they were also educated, wise. Gulbadan Begum wrote a book. Particularly, we get them of 3 Mughal women, those who were highly qualified, and one was very powerful in politics. Gulbadan Begum means Aunt of Akbar, Roshanara and Jahanara Begum, daughters of Shahjahan, they were highly qualified. And Nurjahan, she was light of the world, but she was very powerful in politics. She dominated actually Jahangir. She dominated, and that's why conflict was also there. And then we find Mumtaz, a symbol of love. A symbol of love. So you see, so what are chronicles can you write? ये बहुत ही important question है बाबू. What do you mean by chronicles? Chronicles are historical account of events arranged in order of times without much analysis. The important chronicles produced during this period are Aini Akbari, Humayunama and Badshah-nama. Badshah-nama. Badshah. B-A-D-S-H-A-H. Badshah Nama N-A-M-A. Badshah-nama. Please write down. मैं आपको बार बार बता रहा हूं, लिखो. बादशाहनामा BADSHAH नामा NAMA. बादशाहनामा written by Abdul Hamid Lahori. Abdul Hamid Lahori. Abdul 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 Hamid 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 Lahori LAHORI लाहौरी. इससे पता चलता है कि ये अब्दुल हमीद साहब कहाँ का रहने वाले थे, लाहौर के. इसलिए अभी भी देखिएगा हमारे जो बिलासपुर के रहने वाले हैं, बहुत सारे लोग अपने नाम के साथ बिलासपुरी लिखते हैं. आजमगढ़ के रहने वाले लोग आजमगढ़ी लिखते हैं. तो इसलिए ये टाइटल से पता चलता है वो कहाँ का रहने वाले. आज भी लिखते हैं बिलासपुरी. के पंडा बिलासपुरी, मतलब के पंडा बिलासपुर का रहने वाला, इस तरीके से. सो अब्दुल हमीद लाहौरी रोट बादशाहनामा. These are the 3 important chronicles written during Mughal period, which throw a flood of light about the Mughal agrarian society and other details. Number 1. Number 2 source. The documents of the Mughal court. The documents of the Mughal court. They also help us to know about the Mughal society. That means the documents which were written in the Mughal court, जो हमारे जो records होते हैं, the records, documents means the records of the Mughal court. The records of the Mughal court enable us to know about the Mughal period. जैसे आपके बारे में, मेरे बारे में टोटल रिकॉर्ड्स कहाँ लिखा हुआ है? DAV पब्लिक स्कूल हेहाल में लिखा हुआ है. आपका कब जन्म हुआ, आपका पिताजी का नाम, माँ का नाम, आपका एड्रेस, आपका ब्लड ग्रुप, आपका सब कुछ लिखा हुआ है. मेरा भी लिखा हुआ है. तो ये रिकॉर्ड्स कहते हैं. सो जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स होता है, सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स ऑफ द मुगल्स, दे हेल्प अस टू नो अबाउट द सोसाइटी ऑफ द मुगल्स. नंबर 2. एंड नंबर 3, द रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ द ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. आप लोग ये जानते हैं, when did the British people come to India? The British East India Company came to our country in 1612. The British East India Company came to India in 1612. Who was the ruler of India that time? Jahangir. जहांगीर नहीं बाबू, नहीं रे, जहांगीर। बहादुर शाह जाफर तो 1857 में थे, है ना। सो जहांगीर, अकबर का डेथ हुआ था 1605 में। उसके बाद जहांगीर पावर में आए। जहांगीर का एक्चुअल नाम था, रियल नेम था सलीम। तो उनका पत्नी का नाम था अनारकली। अनारकली नाम सुने हैं? सिनेमा भी है अनारकली का। तो ये अनारकली उनका पत्नी का नाम था। सो व्हाट वी फाइंड ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ जहांगीर, the British East India officers came to India and they started trading. So, अरे वो अनारकली एक लड़की का नाम था, वो जहांगीर का पत्नी थी, बस उतना ही जानते हैं। हाँ हाँ जी, नहीं दिखाया, वो है बाप बेटा में बहुत झगड़ा हो। नहीं वो हुआ था, वो दिखाया नहीं है। हाँ तो नहीं, चलिए वो अकबर के साथ बहुत झगड़ा हुआ था, बाद में वो लोग शादी कर लिया था अकबर के। हाँ तो ये उसी सुबह फाइन। हाँ ठीक बोला, मुगल आजम खत्म करो। हाँ वाह, वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा। चलिए अभी सुनिए, इधर सुनिए। Actually, during the time of Jahangir, the British people came to India, and we find ultimately these British people were successful to capture our country and to rule over India for a period of 190 years. These British people were successful to rule over India for a period of 190 years. So these are some of the important sources. Now, if I ask you, what are the sources to reconstruct the agrarian society of the Mughal period? आप क्या लिखेंगे? वही तो पूछ रहे हैं अक्षर। Mention the sources to reconstruct the history of agrarian society of the Mughals. The sources are chronicles, documents of the Mughal court and documents of the British East India Company. उसके बाद आपको the important chronicles are आईनी अकबरी, हुमायूंनामा and बादशाहनामा। बस, yes. Then you see, actually what do we find? We find this आईनी अकबरी describes about North India, East India, but much description is not there in Aini Akbari about West and South India. Much description is not there in Aini Akbari about West and South. So Aini Akbari, no doubt important document, but it does not describe the whole of our country. It escapes describing some parts. Now, yes, ये सोर्सेस हो गया। सेकेंड पैरा में लिखिए, आप लिखो बाबू, फिर से बता रहा हूं। एक्चुअली द पीपल दोज हु कल्टिवेट लैंड, प्रोड्यूस क्रॉप्स, व्हाट डू वी कॉल देम? दोज द विलेजर्स हु आर एंगेज्ड इन एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटीज, व्हाट डू वी कॉल देम? We call them peasants or cultivators or farmers. So we find, now you see, इसीलिए बोले सिंपल वर्ड है। Now you see, during Mughal period, the peasants were known by different names. During Mughal period, the peasants were called Rayat or Mujarian or Kisan. During Mughal period, the peasants were called Rayats, R-A-I-Y-A-T, Rayat, R-A-I-Y-A-T-S, Rayats. Rayats उसको राय भी कहते हैं, R-A-I-Y-A, राय प्लूरल नंबर है। रायत सिंगुलर फॉर्म R-A-I-Y-A-T और राय प्लूरल फॉर्म R-A-I-Y-A-I, राय। और मुजारियन M-U-Z-A-R-I-A-N, मुजारियन। और किसान किसान, KISAN, और आसामी, किसान और आसामी. So the peasants during Mughal period were, हाँ जी, ASAMI, आसामी. So the peasants during Mughal period were known by different names. Rai, Muzarian, Kisan, Asami. These were the names of the peasants. मतलब कुछ लोग पीजेंट भी बोलते थे. अरे कोई बोलता था मुजारियन, कहाँ जा रहे हो ना, वो मुजारियन के पास जा रहे हैं. कहाँ जा रहे हो ना, वो आसामी के पास जा रहे हैं. और भाई आप कहाँ जा रहे हो ना, हम वो किसान के पास जा रहे हैं. मतलब ये किसान को ही कहा जाता था. बट नाउ प्लीज राइट डाउन what were the different kinds of peasants. During Mughal period, there were two kinds of peasants. During Mughal period, there were two kinds of peasants. Please write down, बहुत important चीज. During Mughal period, there were two kinds of peasants. खुद काष्ठा and पाही काष्ठा. खुद काष्ठा, KHUD hyphen खुद, KHUD hyphen काष्ठा, KASHTA, खुद काष्ठा, and पाही काष्ठा, PAHI hyphen KASHTA, पाही काष्ठा. During Mughal period, PAHI पाही काष्ठा, KASHTA काष्ठा. So during Mughal period, there were two kinds of peasants, or there were two kinds of Muzarians, or there were two kinds of Rais. अब जो बोल सकते हैं. So these two kinds of peasants were खुद काष्ठा and पाही काष्ठा. अंडरलाइन कर लीजिएगा ये दोनों को, खुद काष्ठा and पाही काष्ठा. Actually, now who were the खुद काष्ठा? Yes, खुद काष्ठा were the peasants, those who lived in the villages permanently. Khud Kashta peasants were residents of the village and they held their own lands. Khud Kashta were residents of the village. Khud Kashta peasants were the permanent residents of the village. Khud Kashta peasants were the permanent residents of the village and they held their own lands. They held their lands. They held their lands means they were owner of their lands. We find Khud Kashta people, they owned lands and they were the permanent farmers of the village. They always owned bullocks also. They always owned bullocks and plows. They always owned bullocks and plows because bullocks were used to plow land. See, these Khud Kashta people had their own bullocks. They had their plows, and we find these people, they paid a part of their product. They paid a part of their produce as revenue to the state. These Khud Kashta people, they paid a part of their produce to the state as revenue. As revenue. मतलब खुद काष्ठा पीपल एक पार्ट, अपना प्रोडक्शन का एक पार्ट स्टेट को टैक्स के तौर पर देते थे. ना क्वेश्चन इज देयर वाज ए लिमिट ऑफ होल्डिंग लैंड. कोई मतलब ये फार्मर्स हर जगह पर अपना मर्जी से जमीन होल्ड नहीं कर सकते थे. वी फाइंड इन गुजरात खुद काष्ठा peasant could hold maximum 6 acres of land. ये देखिए यहां जरूर लिख लीजिए बाबू. इन गुजरात ए खुद काष्ठा peasant could hold a maximum 6 acres of land, whereas in Bengal a खुद काष्ठा peasant could hold a maximum 5 acres of land. 5 acres of land. एक खुद का 5 एकर्स ऑफ लैंड, क्योंकि गुजरात से बंगाल का जमीन थोड़ा उपजाऊ ज़्यादा है, तो गुजरात में एक खुद कास्टा पीजेंट के पास मैक्सिमम 6 एकड़ जमीन होते थे, लेकिन बंगाल में एक खुद कास्टा पीजेंट के पास 5 एकड़ मैक्सिमम जमीन होते थे। एंड some of the खुद कास्टा people, those who held 10 acres of land, they were called Asami or rich cultivators. The farmers who held more than 10 acres of land, they were called Asami cultivators or rich cultivators. तो खुद कास्टा people, can you write a question of 3 marks? खुद कास्टा people. Then you see Pahi Kasta. Actually, Pahi Kasta were those farmers, Pahi Kasta peasants were those people, or Pahi Kasta peasants were those who cultivated the land of others within the village or outside the village on contract basis. I repeat, Pahi Kasta farmers were those. Pahi Kasta farmers were those who cultivated the land of others within the village or outside the village on contract basis. On contract basis. Pahi outside the village, दूसरे गांव में, Pahi Kasta farmers were those who cultivated land of others within the village or outside the village on contract basis. Contract basis. So अभी मैं आपको बताता हूं, आप लोगों का, बहुत लोगों का, आप लोग जानते हैं कि नहीं पता नहीं, फिर भी आप लोगों का जिसके घर गांव में भी है, बहुत लोगों का, आप लोगों का गांव में जमीन है, लेकिन आपके पिताजी, आपके चाचा, आपके ताऊ ये जमीन का जुताई नहीं करते हैं, वो लोग दूसरे नौकरी वगैरह करते हैं, लेकिन ये जमीन को दूसरा कोई जोतते हैं, दूसरा कोई खेती का काम करते हैं। तो हम लोग उसको क्या कहते हैं? जो हमारा जमीन को जोतते हैं या अनाज उगाते हैं, तो हम लोग उसको क्या कहते हैं? हम लोग उसको क्या कहते हैं अभी? तो अभी हाँ, क्या बोलते हैं? बोलो बोलो बोलो, बोली जी। वर्ड है पर्टिकुलर एक तो, कोई बोला, कोई अभी बोली। रेंट पे नहीं बेटा, रेंट नहीं, किराएदार नहीं होगा। इसको हम लोग कहते हैं बटाईदार। आप लोगों का जमीन बटाई में दिया हुआ होता है, बटाई में देते हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेसिस पे देते हैं। बटाईदार और भागीदार और बरगादार, भागीदार, बरगादार, बटाईदार, ये यूपी में, बिहार में बहुत पॉपुलर वर्ड है बटाईदार, बटाई में दिए हुए हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेसिस में। सो दीज पाही कास्टा पीपल वेर contractual farmers. They cultivated on contractual basis. They produced crops and they paid a part of their produce to the owner of the land, a part to the state as tax, and the rest they kept with them. These were the 2 kinds of farmers. अगर आपको हम लिखने दें, distinguish between पाही कास्टा and खुद कास्टा, can you write? Distinguish between खुद कास्टा, जोर से बोलो ना जी, खाना हो। So you see, खुद कास्टा, a पाही कास्टा were those farmers who cultivated the land of others on contractual basis, might be in the village itself or outside the village. These Pahi Kasta people also had their own bullocks, own plough, but they had no land. They had no land. इन लोगों के पास अपना जमीन नहीं होता था, ये दूसरे का जमीन को खेती करते थे और अनाज उगाते थे। So you see, then during Mughal period, there was abundance of land, sufficient land was there, labors were available, very cheaply, and these bhi-caste people also moved from one place to another place, what we call mobility of peasants. So abundance of land, availability of labor, and mobility of peasants resulted expansion of agriculture on a large scale. Resulted expansion of agriculture on a large scale. And they produced crops on a very, very large scale. They produced crops on a very, very large scale. And we find crops of different types were produced during Mughal period.